All right. So this is having, this Bellwork really goes with 9-2 practice, okay? So a couple of things. The first one is find the axis of symmetry and the vertex for the parabola described by the equation f of x equals x squared minus 2x minus 8. This is the wording that you would see like on an exam or on the SAT for something like this. Okay. Ooh, we're glitching today again. Pretty bad. Hopefully I can fix that. All right. So axis of symmetry and the x coordinate have the same exact formula. So the formula for finding the axis of symmetry and the x coordinate is x equals what? Go. Negative b over 2a. So that's the x coordinate and also the x axis of symmetry. Okay, let's not forget that a is 1 here. That's the number in front of the x squared. B is negative 2. So I'm going to write this a, and this is b, and this is c now. So if I do this and I plug it in correctly, negative b is a negative 2. Because it's saying negative b is the formula, but b is already negative 2, okay? So then over 2 times positive 1. Well, a negative 2 cancels out, right? Making it what? Positive. That's right. So we really have positive 2 over 2, which means we have 1. So the axis of symmetry, if you're writing this correctly, is written like this. X equal 1. That's the whole line. X equal 1 on the graph. Positive 1. That's where you would fold it. Coincidentally, it's also the first coordinate in the vertex. So when we find the vertex now, the vertex has to be x comma y. It is an ordered pair. So our x coordinate is 1. Now to find the y coordinate, what do we do? What do we do, Cam? Yeah, we use the equation that was given and we substitute 1 in for every x. Don't be confused. F of x is function format. It's really like y equals, right? Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm just going to change it to y because I'm looking for the y coordinate. Y equals, and now it's 1x squared. I don't really need that 1, but I need 1 squared. Do I need parentheses around the 1? No, because it's not negative. If it's negative, you must put parentheses around it or it's going to give you the wrong answer. That is the most common mistake. Okay? Now, minus 2 times 1 minus 8. So if you're doing order of operations, which part do you got to do first? Exponent, right? Parentheses, exponent. So exponents come first. So my advice to you is, yes, you can type it in your calculator, but use your brain and use your order of operations. So this has to go first. So 1 squared is really 1. And negative 2 times 1 is the next part that has to happen. So what's negative 2 times 1? Negative 2. So I write it down like this. And then minus 8 comes down. So 1 minus 2 minus 8 is how much? 7. Negative 7. 1 minus 2 is negative 1. Oh, sorry. Nope, you're right. Negative 9. I'm sorry. 1 minus 2 is negative 1. Minus 8 more is negative 9. Thank you. Sorry about that. So our vertex is 1 comma negative 9. That's where is that going to be a maximum or a minimum? That's going to be a minimum. How do we know that? Because since that's positive, it means that it opens up like this. So your vertex has a minimum point, right? If it opened down, your vertex would be a maximum point. Okay, good. So that is a first question from 9-2. All right. The next part I want to go over with you is the story problem that would go with a 9-2. So here is an example of a story problem. A baseball player hits a ball with an initial upward velocity of 46 feet per second. The ball's height, h, after t seconds is given by the function h, which is height, right, is equal to negative 16t squared. Remember, t is the time in seconds, plus 46t, right? 46 was the initial velocity, plus 6. What does that 6 stand for again? Do you remember from yesterday? What is that? Where it started, right? So this batter, when they hit the ball, they hit it 6 feet above the ground. Okay, so it must have been a tall batter and it was a high pitch, right? Okay, what is the maximum height the ball reaches? All right, so remember, height is x or y. Y. This is really like y equals negative 16x squared plus 46x plus 6. So x is time, y is height, right? So we need to find the maximum height. So what am I really finding here? A maximum, the vertex, aren't I? All right, so I need to find this in code is asking me the y value of the vertex. So in order to get that, what do I need to get first? The x value. All right, and so cheat ahead. Look, the next question says, how long does it take for it to reach the maximum? That's time. So this right here is the time, which is our x value. This is our y value, which is the height. So technically, we're really doing B first and then A. We need it, okay? So let's find the x value. So what's the formula again? Negative B over 2A. All right, so negative what then? What number? 46. Negative 46 is B. Negative B. B value is 46, okay? Over 2 times what? 2 times negative 16. Okay? So that's really negative 46 over negative 32. Divide that. What? Positive 3, right? Good. So this, remember, 3 what's? Seconds. So that's the answer to this one. It takes 3 seconds for that ball to get hit and reach its maximum. Okay? How high did it get? So we're going to back the train up now and answer A. How do I do that? Putting in 3 for x. Okay, so I'm going to rewrite this. Y equals negative 16 times 3 squared plus 46 times 3 plus 6. Which part of this has to happen first if we're doing order of operations? What one? Yell it out. Exponent. What's 3 squared? 9, right? 3 squared is 9. And then what do we do? Times it by negative 16. Okay. So do 9. What's the problem? Oh, okay. So someone gave me the wrong answer here. Negative 46. Oh, I should have looked at that. Yeah, negative 46 divided by negative 32 is definitely not 3. What is it? 1.4. I don't know what we typed in wrong here. Okay, so let's change it up here as well. 1.4. Sorry about that. I should have caught that, but I was going and not thinking. All right, so we're going to change this to 1.4 squared, right? And timesing it by 1.4. That makes more sense, too. 3 seconds would be a long time for that ball to be in the air and reach the maximum. Okay, anyway, 1.4 squared, do that first. Okay, so if you do this in your calculator, 1.4 squared is 1.96. Now you can go ahead right away and times that by negative 16, because the next thing we have to do is multiply. So times that by negative 16. All right, so now we've got, and I'm writing this over here, negative 31.36. Now I want to times this, right? 46 times 1.4 gives me 64.4, positive 64.4 plus 6. Now I can just type that all in my calculator. negative 31.36 plus 64.4 plus 6 gives me 39.04 as my maximum height. So it's 39.04 what? Feet high. This is my maximum height. At 1.4 seconds. Whoop, there it is. Then what's going to happen is it's going to start dropping, right? All right, now here we go. When will the ball hit the ground? This is one we didn't do yesterday, but I'm adding it because we're going to need it. When is the ball going to hit the ground if no one catches it? What's the height when the ball hits the ground? 0, right? The height's got to be 0 when the ball hits the ground, doesn't it? Okay. So can we type this in our calculator? Yeah. Okay. Let's type it in. Negative 16 x squared plus 46x plus 6. Okay. And what am I looking for to be 0? X or y? The height is 0, right? I want my height to be 0, so y. All right, so let's go to our table, second table. So x is 0 at time 0, right? We already know it's getting hit at 6 feet. That's the initial height. Okay, so what I need is for my y to be 0. So it goes maximum. How many seconds does it take? 3 seconds. 3 seconds. And it hits the ground. That's where we're going today, is finding out the zeros, okay? All right, good. That's it for Bellwork.